I went and met him, and then I thought, well, I'll go and meet him in a local bar where I know people, and we'll talk sense into him. And that's what I did. So of course, when I was talking to him, he was saying all the right things, that he was sorry, and he didn't realize that it was having such an impact on me. I had a glass of wine, and then was saying to him, I'm not happy about it. It's not, we're not going to get back together. That's not what's going to happen. And he was saying, look, I want to show you that I'm sorting my life out. I've got these job interviews lined up, and they're on my email, but we'll need to go back to your house and have a look at the emails on the laptop. And quite a few people in the time that we were in the bar had come over to me like, oh, hi, Zoe. So he was getting like, look, it's not very private here. Can we just go back to yours? So in the end, I agreed. So we came back to mine, and then the conversation continued. And I just said, look, and the same thing again, I'm just not gonna, it's just not gonna be okay. And it got late, and I said, look, I'm going to go to bed. Either you just let yourself out, or, sleep on the sofa, whatever, which wasn't unusual. So I went to bed, and then literally I was woken to hear thuds on my head. I could feel it was him kicking me with his shoes on. I went from one side of the bed to the other, and then I just remember thud, 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 and that like the feet raining down on me, and then I must have lost consciousness. The next thing I remember is coming round, slumped over the side of the bed. Now, bearing in mind, when that started, that was the night before. And when I woke up and was slumped at the side of the bed, it was light. So obviously this was a number of hours later, and I looked down, and my hands were completely like a mess. Like I'd been stabbed in the back of the hands. I could feel that my head was absolutely huge. The whole of my white sheets, they were just red. There was blood everywhere. I was just horrified, absolutely horrified. And I just looked over at him, and he had a meat cleaver in his hand, and he was chopping at his wrist, saying, "We're going together, babe." And I just thought, oh my God, I'm not going anywhere. Like I've got 2 children, and I just thought, I've got to get out of here. And survival kind of kicked in. I mean, I lost my mum when I was 6 years old. She had cancer. So I was just like, there's no way I was leaving my children that young. So I kind of got downstairs, managed to pick up the landline. That call didn't connect, and he kind of walked me back upstairs. And at that point, I was pleading with my life, and I was like, look, Jason, I'm dying. Get me an ambulance, get me an ambulance. And I do think that before, when I was unconscious, I think he probably thought I was dead. Because at that point, he then called the ambulance and said, oh, we've had a fight with knives, like you do, as if I'm Uma Thurman or something, out of Kill Bill. And so, of course, then the police turned up with the ambulance. We were stretchered out.